DocTalk is brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. We're going to have a great show. We're heading north to Ainsworth, Nebraska, where we're going to meet up with Dr. Kip Lucas-Savage, who is at Daniels Manufacturing. And we're going to talk about how their business got started. And we're also going to talk about how their business has evolved over the years to handle cattle safely with less stress. It's going to be a great show, so stay tuned.
As dependable as the sunrise, in dairy parlors, open pastures, on ranches and feed yards across America. A place where reputation is more than a name, where the science of healthier animals is a way of life. It's the responsibility that drives who we are and what we do. Every decision, every day. It's your livelihood and our responsibility.
Time is money on the farm, and your cows are less productive when they're stressed. The Alertus on-farm test from IDEX allows you to quickly test cowside and identify open or pregnant cows within minutes on your schedule in the parlor, barn, or chute. It's more efficient for your farm, very simple to use, and puts you in control. With minimal training and reliable, fast results, sample-based pregnancy testing is better for beef and dairy producers. Learn more at idex.com/DocTalk.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Profusion Drench for beef cattle, a no prescription, no needle supplement. To learn more, go to zenpro.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. We're going to head north to Ainsworth, Nebraska, where we're going to meet up with Dr. Kip Lucas-Savage, where he is at Daniels Manufacturing.
Thanks, Dan. Kip Lucas-Savage here, and I get the privilege of being up here in some of my old stomping grounds, Daniels Manufacturing today, Ainsworth, Nebraska. I get to be here with two of my greatest friends in the world. Got Danny Daniels, owner of Daniels Manufacturing. We got Cade Blake. How long has this company been in business?
Since 1958.
1958.
That's when he started.
And here's your dad, Dude.
Yeah, my dad started. Left the ranch probably 10 years before that, and he always liked building things. And the rest of my aunts and uncles all ranched, and Dad liked building things. And that's how Daniels Manufacturing got started.
Yeah. The double alley to a single alley. Dude was way ahead of his time when he designed that, and then you've kind of revamped it a little bit, made some stronger points in there as well. But the fact of keeping things open and straight, having cattle go straight rather than in circles or in curves, I think was just an excellent concept. And we got to meet Bud Williams. I think that was in 2003 or 2005. We were up in South Dakota. I don't know if you remember that. We went to a 3-day seminar, this guy and I did, and just got to meet Bud Williams and Eunice, his wife, and we had a blast up there, but really got to learn the heart of what cattle handling was. It wasn't that we didn't necessarily know, but Bud opened our eyes into some of the things of why your facility was just so perfect in terms of the voluntary flow of cattle and so forth. Yeah. It's amazing that if you cattle are the same as you and I. I mean, if you force us to do something, we're going to maybe reject that a little bit at times. And if you can acquire where you can get voluntary flow, I think it's just so much more fantastic. And the Bud box is designed, just so that cattle go past the point of where you want them to go. They come to a dead end stop or a stopping point, and they turn back. They always, concept-wise, is they want to return where they came from.
Exactly.
And then you can redirect them and go down that alley. And what's so nice about the straight alley and the open sides is they can see exactly where they're going. Cade, we got, you came into Daniels Manufacturing, what year was that?
2009.
2009. And Cade, he had livestock handling experience as well before coming here, but just in terms of the design, what got you intrigued on doing the designs?
Well, so like my granddad, he bought the 10th one of those alleyways ever built years ago, and we were actually using a bud box before we even knew it was a bud box. It's just how we always brought cattle in.
Yeah.
You know, and then getting here and started to weld, it was during that K-State project. And then Dan had me kind of start in on some design stuff, and heck, it kind of, some of the stuff that we had been doing for a long time, and then getting with you and Dr. Tom, you know, and kind of getting some ideas, and it's been a lot of fun.
The beautiful thing about Daniels Manufacturing, I would say, that I've had the chance to experience is the fact that when we've had to change something, if something wasn't working, you guys have always been so great about just revamping things or making things better. Like I said, I don't know how many times we changed the hydraulic chute to where it is today, but it's pretty perfect today.
Yeah, it's never been set in stone. We're not too proud to say maybe we need to do something different. And we always like taking a challenge, and we learn all the time.
So next, I think what we'll talk about, Dan, is kind of go into facilities as far as when people call Cade or Danny, the questions that we ask, what helps us in terms of being able to draw or facilitate the actual design of the facilities, and kind of go into that a little bit more in depth.
Thanks, Dr. Kip, and we'll be right back with more DocTalk.
Innovative low-stress cattle handling equipment is key to efficiency and safety. At Daniels Manufacturing Company, we design systems using the best materials. We work with top producers from all over the world who use Daniels products on their operations. We concentrate on quality, prioritizing the safety of the animals and their handlers. Each product is carefully crafted and inspected to ensure your system will last for many years. Whether your operation is small or large, Daniels Manufacturing Company can design a facility to meet your needs. Visit us online or call to see how we can improve your cattle handling facility. Producers know stress costs money. It puts their cattle at greater risk of illness and can be a substantial drain on animal performance. That's why ZenPro developed ProFusion Drench for beef cattle. Formulated with ZenPro's patented trace mineral technology, ProFusion Drench is a no-script, no-needle performance supplement proven to rapidly replenish essential nutrients lost during times of stress. For optimal results, use ProFusion Drench with ZenPro Performance Minerals in feed as part of a complete nutrition program. To learn more, go to zenpro.com.
If you missed Caregiver Camp this year, don't worry. We'll have more camps in 2022 at Knopfsinger Ranch in Benkelman, Nebraska. The camp is an opportunity for new and veteran employees to receive one-on-one instruction in a relaxed environment from Dr. Tom Knopfsinger, Dr. Kip Lucasavage, and Ted Howard on cattle handling, horsemanship, animal health, disease detection, and team interaction. At Caregiver Camp, people learn how to grow, how to trust, and open lines of contact between animals and humans. These principles will allow you to build relationships with your own livestock and team. For more information and future dates, visit our events page at packdvms.com. Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. We're going to go back up to Ainsworth, Nebraska with Dr. Kip Lucasavage as he sits down with Danny and Cade and talk about what goes into designing a facility.
Thanks, Dan, for having us back. This segment here, we're going to just talk a little bit, just briefly, on when people come in and ask, or when they give a call to Daniels Manufacturing, what things do they ask of the person in terms of facility design, if they're wanting their facilities to be refurbished or a complete redesign or brand new build of the facility. So I'll throw it to you, Cade. I says, what kind of questions do you start with when you get that first call saying, hey, I want a new processing facility or that? What things do you kind of go through?
Well, at first, we'll ask them kind of what they have for a setup, if it's feedlot or cow-calf, or, and then we'll talk about if they want to use some of their existing fence lines, if we can incorporate some of that. If they want to sort multiple ways out of the squeeze chute, we can maybe design different ways we sort.
Is it easiest? I mean, obviously you get the address and pictures and whatnot. Do you use like Google Earth and stuff like that to try to map out, or plat maps or something that map out where they're at?
Yep, and hopefully the building is new enough that it's on the image. But yeah, a lot of times I can just get a Google Earth image and then I fit everything to scale and put it right on top of that image so you can see exactly how that flow lays out, and it turns out really good, and it kind of helps. And if a guy could send some pictures, because some of these guys are quite a ways away, so it's
absolutely
to drive all the way out there sometimes where Google Earth can be kind of handy. And then you discuss elevation too, if they've got certain drainage spots that we need to work around.
And then as far as once you get those designs in place, I mean, you put them on a drawing software and you get it to scale, you said, and when you give them that final picture, that drawing, do you ever have to redraw?
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it's, well, that can't work because of this, which is, it don't take long to do. And as long as I think, because our biggest goal is making sure the cattle flow well, and it's going to be user friendly, and so sometimes they want, or have a different picture, and it don't quite fit, and sometimes it's just get another set of eyes on it. And once they see, well, okay, we can do that, and that's good.
I think that's been the hardest concept sometimes, is to have people understand what we envision in terms of how the cattle are going to handle. But I think the other thing is always taken into mind when we do facility designs is that we're thinking of the cattle flow first and the voluntary flow. We're thinking about the safety of the animal and the safety of the person that's handling the animal, or the horse, or whatever that's going to be involved. And I think that's stuff. And there's things there like we've done with, like you've done with your facility, as far as just changing things here and there to make it work better. But even today, is just in design wise, is even adding little safety walkthroughs and stuff so that people can get in and out quickly if need be. But then always putting them in the best position for the cattle. And I think those are all of the things that we always think about when we're designing facilities today. And these guys here, again, I've learned so much from them, and it's just been fantastic. I think we've learned together, and just constantly making a better facility, and never being just that this is how it has to be. So I think the beauty, Kate, is that when people call is you're willing to work with them, but also guide them in some of those decisions as far as maybe the best approach for cattle. And that's what Daniels Manufacturing, I think, does so well.
Thanks, Dr. Kip. When we come back, Dr. Kip's going to step out to the shop where he's going to show you some of the machinery and show you why Daniels Manufacturing stands out in the field.
Time is money on the farm, and your cows are less productive when they're stressed. The Alertus on-farm test from IDEX allows you to quickly test cowside and identify open or pregnant cows within minutes on your schedule in the parlor, barn, or chute. It's more efficient for your farm, very simple to use, and puts you in control. With minimal training and reliable, fast results, sample-based pregnancy testing is better for beef and dairy producers. Learn more at idex.com/DocTalk.
Innovative low-stress cattle handling equipment is key to efficiency and safety. At Daniels Manufacturing Company, we design systems using the best materials. We work with top producers from all over the world who use Daniels products on their operations. We concentrate on quality, prioritizing the safety of the animals and their handlers. Each product is carefully crafted and inspected to ensure your system will last for many years. Whether your operation is small or large, Daniels Manufacturing Company can design a facility to meet your needs. Visit us online or call to see how we can improve your cattle handling facility. ValleyVet.com is your one-stop shop for your every animal need, from prescription meds, vaccines, equipment, and more for the ranch to the show ring. Shop ValleyVet.com for fast shipping and great prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Hey there, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm going to throw this show back to Dr. Kip Lucas-Savage, who's up in Ainsworth, Nebraska with Daniels Manufacturing.
So this is the ultimate hydraulic squeeze chute. I know in our other segments we talked about in there today is how many times this chute has changed over the years, but really got a really nice product here today that we've adapted to, as far as our ability to listen, or our doors, how the doors open and so forth on this thing. But importantly is I want you to talk about just the quietness of the chute, how things work so smoothly on it.
Sure. So our head gates, a few things that we've done is even down here we've got that poly plastic. So we really don't have any steel on steel, which has really eliminated our noise, but it's also been good as far as maintenance goes. It's pretty minimal maintenance. We got a few grease zerks on the doors and whatnot on our arm, but that's about it.
So the beautiful thing about this chute also is that I have as much bull work that I've done. Our bulls are pretty large today at times. We can have them anywhere from 25 to 3,200 pounds, and they're pretty wide. I have yet to not be able to get a bull into one of these Daniels chutes. I mean, this thing will widen out as far as any chute that I know and hold the bull in place when I need to look at him. It's a fantastic chute for that. Jim and Kate, this is a completed single and double alley. The double alley is standard as far as the length and so forth, but the singles you do make in different lengths, and you have custom built singles before to fit in facilities. And I think that's an important part of Daniels manufacturing as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we do 3 different lengths. We do a 44-foot alley, a 30 or a 38, and a 32. And that double, you're right, it stays the same at 18.6, and we just change the lengths of those. It's 13.7, 19.7, 25.7. And then there are guys that maybe want to have a really long stretch of single, and really 30 foot's about the most we go. Yeah. And some guys will put singles together. Yeah. The only problem with that is there's an area right here where your smaller calves might try to turn around on you. Yeah. So if you can get away with doing that 30 foot, yeah, it'd be great. But if not, that's okay too.
Yeah. And we've had yards in the past that have done longer singles, and the biggest point I always tell people today is that the alley shouldn't be your bottleneck. You want continued flow of cattle walking through that alley. Don't store cattle in your box or your alley. Make sure there's continued movement because every time something stops, you have to restart it. So I think that's always an important part of it. Talk to us a little bit here about just as far as the quietness and the things that you guys put on this alley to make it so quiet as cattle move through it.
So we have rubber bumpers here, of course. So you know what I'm saying? You don't hear any of that noise. You also get a rubber bumper right here in case somebody shoves that. It's not making a lot of noise. And then even the latch has a little piece of rubber on it so that it doesn't make any noise.
As far as the no backs, kind of explain that this no back is all the way down right now, but just talk about how that thing works and why it's important.
Sure. Well, and this here, and you never really want to push this onto their backs. You want to give it to where there's about that much space between their tailbone to where you're putting the bottom of that. But on these, we've used this rubber bushings, and we're also using that brass bushing here too to kind of help give it more longevity.
Yeah, it's amazingly quiet.
It is.
I've been in facilities even today where they're on a chain, the no backs are on a chain, or they're just you can get some of the gravity carried no backs, but they still make a sound. As at the end of the day, I mean, there's still noise in there, and that noise leads to stress. It also leads to cattle not wanting to come underneath of it and so forth. And I think, again, just improving voluntary flow, lowering stress levels of cattle as they come through, I think is all a big part of what you guys are doing here, and just again the quality of it. I mean, it's just phenomenally built, strong. I love everything about this alley, and it's a great job. I do appreciate everything you guys do on it.
That is some outstanding equipment, Dr. Kip. When we come back, Dr. Kip's going to wrap up at Daniels Manufacturing with Danny and Kate, so stay tuned.
Time is money on the farm, and your cows are less productive when they're stressed. The Alertus on-farm test from IDEX allows you to quickly test cowside and identify open or pregnant cows within minutes on your schedule in the parlor, barn, or chute. It's more efficient for your farm, very simple to use, and puts you in control. With minimal training and reliable, fast results, sample-based pregnancy testing is better for beef and dairy producers. Learn more at idexcom/DocTalk.
Innovative low-stress cattle handling equipment is key to efficiency and safety. At Daniels Manufacturing Company, we design systems using the best materials. We work with top producers from all over the world who use Daniels products on their operations. We concentrate on quality, prioritizing the safety of the animals and their handlers. Each product is carefully crafted and inspected to ensure your system will last for many years. Whether your operation is small or large, Daniels Manufacturing Company can design a facility to meet your needs. Visit us online or call to see how we can improve your cattle handling facility.
If you missed Caregiver Camp this year, don't worry. We'll have more camps in 2022 at Knopfsinger Ranch in Benkelman, Nebraska. The camp is an opportunity for new and veteran employees to receive one-on-one instruction in a relaxed environment from Dr. Tom Knopfsinger, Dr. Kip Lucas-Savage, and Ted Howard on cattle handling, horsemanship, animal health, disease detection, and team interaction. At Caregiver Camp, people learn how to grow, how to trust, and open lines of contact between animals and humans. These principles will allow you to build relationships with your own livestock and team. For more information and future dates, visit our events page at packdvms.com.
ValleyVet.com is your one-stop shop for your every animal need. From prescription meds, vaccines, equipment, and more for the ranch to the show ring. Shop ValleyVet.com for fast shipping and great prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Hey there, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson. I have a co-host today. It's Dr. Kip Lucas-Savage, and he's on site up in Ainsworth, Nebraska, where he's going to do a wrap-up with Danny and Cade at Daniels Manufacturing.
Okay, Dan, thanks again for having us back. We're going to go through kind of just a final wrap up here with Danny and Kate here today, and basically in this final wrap up is just kind of to talk about the things that have evolved over the years. I think between your chute, your alley, the portable panels, the calving sheds, everything that you build for livestock here, ramps for loading cattle and so forth, has all been built around the Bud Williams concept as far as low stress cattle handling, and always looking for the safety of the animal. And I think, how does that translate into the performance and the health of the animal? From our perspective, from a veterinarian side, we definitely see great improvement. Musculoskeletal injuries are a big part of our industry today in terms of toe abscesses, bruising, those things like in meat packing plants, or even prior to get to the meat packing plants. And so you guys have really done a great job of just helping the industry, helping the animal, I think, reduce those injuries, and that's all through the voluntary flow, or improving the voluntary flow of cattle through those facilities, and how that translates into a reduction of stress. Cortisol levels decline. So reduction of cortisol really has helped in terms of improving the overall immune function of the animal, how they respond to vaccines at processing times, and those things. And I think, Cade, the facilities that you helped design and put in feedlot facilities, research facilities, university settings, just really helped us along. And I just think about even the kids that get to use these facilities coming up today.
Yeah.
I mean, that is huge.
Absolutely.
As well. That's part of our industry, right? Is creating an environment that's going to be better for our youth coming up, keep them safe, hopefully keep them active in our industry, and keep wanting them to come back.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, if you can't pass it on, we wasted it.
That's right. Absolutely. So to final put this thing in a final wrap up phase, I guess, but is if you out there are interested in designing a facility or updating your current facility that you have, or completely rebuilding a new one, I would really encourage you contact your veterinarian, contact the people that are going to be involved in working that facility, and then more importantly, I think, is just contact one of these two guys here, Daniels Manufacturing, either Danny Daniels or Cade Blake, they'll be more than happy to help you, guide you through the process. You can contact myself as well. I work closely with both of these guys constantly. And the beautiful thing is we shoot the ideas off each other. We share our drawings with each other just to make sure that everything is in the right spot where we need it. And so please just contact these guys, and I know they'll be more than happy to help you out.
Thanks, Dr. Kip. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Cade. What a great show. It's obvious to see the passion that they have for cattle handling. It's obvious the thought process that goes into building these facilities so that we can handle these cattle safely and with less stress. Remember, always work with your local veterinarian, and if you want to know what we do here on DocTalk, you can find us on the web at www.doctalktv.com. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson with Dr. Kip Lucas Savage, and we'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Profusion Drench for beef cattle, a no prescription, no needle supplement. To learn more, go to zenpro.com. DocTalk was brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the science of healthier animals.